I've never been more excited for a book club discussion in my whole life, Dave. So there's not a lot of time of good weather left, so let's go outside. It's sunny in the 60s, there's a bit of a breeze, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you can wear a heavy jacket and be comfortable. Every time I go by here, I think about the fence that used to be here with the tree that grew through the fence, and now it's a stone wall. I've been thinking so much about change, Dave. So much about the importance of change and in people's relationship to change. Because there are some parts in life, right, where I think we are able to create the change gradually for ourselves, and there are other times like this pandemic where change sort of is something you endure more than you create. I know that the coronavirus hit really, really hard in New York City to start with all this. A lot of the initial things in place to fight the pandemic started with the model for there. I've actually had some insight into some of the local settings for this because of the plaza down here and the setting up of the pool that we had and some of the events we've tried to hold here at my complex. And it's been really interesting to see who has followed it and who hasn't, especially because these people are of a much older generation than I am. The changes you can't change well from are the changes that are hard to prepare for. And a pandemic like this is something that happens really fast in a short amount of time. The consequences show themselves gradually, but the escalation, the exponential change and growth of that situation can happen really, really fast. We had rules for the pool and what to do for that, like you have to wear a mask when you're outside of the pool and maintain a certain number of people in the pool area. That was interesting to see. I feel alright sitting like this without a mask on. But as soon as I'm in proximity with people, whether it's at some kind of social event or outside in a department store, like what you said, you're reaching near people, you're in proximity to people, absolutely, positively, wear a mask, don't touch your face. It's interesting really to see what crisis does to people and how people are actually phased by this and the degree of worry and risk and how people handle worry and risk in a time like this too. Learn and listen as much as I can with what's happening, especially with the political climate right now. It's just very, very charged. I'll have to talk to my dad and see what the teaching stuff is like right now because I know school just started and they're temperature testing kids as they come in and they've do this whole hybrid course of in school and at home learning, and I know it's advantageous for some and not others. Work environment and school or home environment sort of crushing together and merging. It'll be interesting to see with this change what sticks and stays and what goes away in the new normal that we're all sort of forming right now as a species. I want to show you this rose up top too. Let me show you this thing. This is really cool. Gorgeous, right? Never had a family book club discussion before, so I'll have to share some of my thoughts from that discussion. It's going to happen tomorrow in the evening. It's going to be interesting. The only way out is through, and life continues to keep on keeping on. Thinking about these things complexly and seeing them and trying to understand what's happening around me matters to me, Dave. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Thursday.